What's going on, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Welcome to Texas Podcast. Thank you for all the day ones, all the new subscribers, all the likes, all the comments, all the feedback. Man, thank you so much. It's greatly appreciated. How's everybody out there doing in YouTube world? Hopefully everybody's having a good Wednesday. Uh, I'm having a good Wednesday. Well, best as day as I can have them. Right, I'm all right. Uh, I just realized, man. I just the social media, man. People are so many fake people, man, and so many double faced and flip floppers, and it's just it's a disgrace to mankind, man. When you really think about it, you know, nobody's really who they are no more, man. Nobody has their word. And nobody's word is any valuable anymore nowadays, especially on social media. I realize that because I watched, I watched a little bit of a live yesterday, right? So where I'm watching the whole team of characters defending, they did a 180 all of a sudden. Now they're catching themselves so-called exposing, right? It's like how can you have uh a change of mind so quick, man? Like from defending to so-called exposing, because the exposing has been done, right? That's over with. Now it's just like funs and giggles, right? And make a mockery out of the man. Who cares about it? I don't care. I don't care. I mean, that shit don't bother me. I just see how fake people are, man. Double faced, uh, opportunist. But I knew the agenda, man. I knew that that's what they wanted to do to begin with, right? They couldn't promote him. They couldn't promote it. So at the end, it's like, oh man, let's try to figure out a way how do we get in the position of exposing Mark, which is all facade and fake, man. Because anybody that's been watching from the beginning and see that these guys were defending this guy to the T. Right? There was no, you couldn't say nothing bad about Mark without none of these guys saying something about him. Now all of a sudden they're going back to the same documentary. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? They going back to the documentary and try to dissect and analyze the documentary, right? That's just it's comical to me, man. And that's why I will continue to distance myself, right? Uh, I will continue to distance myself. I will still push my content out, whatever I choose up, but I'll do it on my own. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna need nobody to co-sign me or co-sign my thoughts. You know what I mean? I had a I had a I had a pretty good long conversation last night, man, with a pretty cool dude, man. I'm not gonna say too much about it, but you know, and in a way, man, I was looking for his validation, right? And it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks, man, that you know that once you open yourself up to social media, man, you kind of look to validation for certain people, right? There's certain people that in you look at them and be like, oh man, you know, I see patterns. I'm not a dumb person, so I see that this guy can help. You know what I mean? He can help in a lot of in a lot of ways. So uh talking to him for like about 3 4 hours, it was a good validation for me. You know what I mean? It was it was a good. You know what I mean? It felt good, man. Talking to somebody like minded and being on the same page, man. So that tells me, man, that there is some good people out there on the internet. There is some good people, with good intentions. you know, and I can't I can't I can't associate myself with people that flip flop. You know what I mean? I can't do that. I can't. At that point, I'll distance myself. Right? Uh, we're cool. You know. Hey, hey. You know. It's just like that neighborly wave. You know what I mean? You just, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? You know. And that's the best you can keep it as. You know what I mean? Can you do? How you doing, man? You know, neighborly wave, and everything. You know, everything should be all right. That's wild, man. That for months and months, almost. I think it's going on about a year, man. That these guys, these same guys that so-called are calling themselves the exposers now, right? We're exposing Mark for what he is, the deviant, the predator of limestone, all the bells and whistles of Mark is, you know what I mean? And I'm like, well, where was this energy? But it's all like a damage control. You know what I mean? It's you want to have white people on your panel to say, "Hey, I'm not racist." Look, man, I'm the one to expose it. Not Noel. Noel didn't do nothing. Noel didn't do no exposing. Right. Noel didn't bring us the victims. I brought y'all a picture, a Photoshop picture, and this is what we're gonna run with, right? We're gonna get everybody's contact information, and we're gonna get Mark's number in there, and we're gonna. It's like a crabs and buckets, man. Everybody wants to get to the top, and it's a sad outcome for everyone that gets to the top. It just means you're gonna get boiled up quicker, right? But the crabs don't know, man. They're just trying to get out the bucket. They don't know that they're gonna be a 5 course meal. I just don't understand how people can switch their judgment on somebody like you switch a switch off, like an on and off switch. It was just like an on and off switch. I'm surprised. I'm like, fuck, like, oh. And then and I guess that's how coots start, right? I mean, if you get one and then you get two, three, four, and eventually five to follow your narrative, I mean, it becomes a coup to where, oh man, if 4 or 5 people believe it, then if we keep on pushing this narrative, it's gonna make it look like Dante was the savior. But in reality, man, it just tells you about their character. It tells you about their character, man, that you're going to distance to try to clear this guy, not even clear this guy's name, right? But just to try to say, hey, Mark didn't do it. Prove it to us. And now that it's been proven, yeah, y'all want to jump on the bandwagon, because that's what it is. Y'all want to jump on the bandwagon and so-called call y'all the exposers. Like, hey, we did the exposing over here on Mark Moore. We did. We did. In reality, it's like stolen valor, man. You're trying to take credit for something that you didn't do. You have to be called out on that, man. You didn't do no exposing. You were doing the hiding and the narrative. Now you got a bunch of you. Now you and all your flunkies, the defenders, the booty. I would call y'all the Avengers because that's what y'all were. Man, y'all were defending Mark. Y'all were the booty bandit Avengers. Anybody said anything about Mark? Yeah, but people are going to run with the narrative of what they want, and it's like, to me, I don't care. You know what I mean? To me, it's like that's just some bitch made moves that y'all do, man. I mean, you got to call it what it is, man. How you going to flip flop, man? How you going to switch your morals on what you believe so quickly? So that tells me that majority of these guys would have been boys or victimized. Because if you can easily be persuaded to switch your the way you're thinking about somebody so aggressively, like fuck, man, you were defending to now so-called exposing. Like, what went wrong? What went wrong in Paradise? Fuck, I'm speaking from experience because I got ran through the ringer, right? I got ran through the ringer for trying to expose Mark, right? My house got doxxed up. I got called so many names. I'm this, I'm that. But I brought y'all facts. So is it because I'm Mexican that that now that I see Dante is so called calling himself the exposer, everybody's rolling the red carpet. Everybody's cheering him and everybody's cheering him and giving him a high five. Yeah, Dante, you're exposing and not like Noel. You're doing a great job. And it's all fake, right? It's all fake. It to me it's like, how can you switch over day and night, man? To me that speaks volumes on your character, man. Fuck what you're doing, but that speaks volumes on who you really are. You're a narcissist, a self-preservation. You know, it's me or nobody else. It's my way or the highway. But some people wanna be in these roles of leadership and they really don't have the leadership mentality, right? But they surround themselves around people that are a lot lesser than them mentally, that they can be persuaded, and now they're able to position themselves in the so-called leadership role. But people that have been in the leadership role can see that that's all fake, man. That's a weak foundation y'all got right there. It's weak. It's weak. I'm I just can't stand people that are fake, man. It's just maybe so. I think now he wants to be the savior. You know, he wants to be the exposer. He wants to be the one like, hey, look, I put the spot all on Mark. Uh, oh, if you want, go ahead, man. If you want to take the credit, go ahead, man. Go ahead. You know, it's to if that makes you feel better, that like that. Hey, I'm exposing Mark now. If that makes you feel better, like if that makes you float your boat, then go ahead, man. Do you keep do you, man? I'm just gonna keep on exposing the fraudness on YouTube. I'm just gonna continue to expose the frauds on YouTube, man. I don't care. You know, there's a lot of people that are persuading the youngsters that not even the youngsters, man, but the people in general. They're bamboozling the people in general. My job is gonna be, you know, bring a light to these guys. And it's gonna be up to y'all if y'all want to listen or not. Right? I'm gonna be doing the same thing what I did with Mark. I'm gonna hit him with the facts. I'm gonna do my homework. I'm gonna do my due diligence, and I'm gonna hit him with the facts. This for me is, I mean, it's for fun and giggles. You gotta expose the corrupt of YouTube, right? All these fake personas, all these fake characters. They're gonna have to be exposed. Yeah. See, it's like, how can you go from defending a character to smarting them up overnight, man? And to me, it's like I say it's fucked up because I've experienced it and I've seen it firsthand of what they've so deceitful of what they've been doing, right? First it was Dante, right? Dante's the type of character that he wants to hide behind the curtains, right? He wants to send people out there to see what hits, and if it hits, then he comes out and pokes his head out. Oh, what's going on? I'm here. Like he's the big chalant. You know what I mean? Like he's the important person in the room, which in reality he probably wouldn't be the most important part. He'd just be a peon, right? But he surrounded himself with a lot of people that feel he's somebody, right? In reality, he's not. He's not. And it's gonna take, I guess just like people expose 1090, that's what it's gonna have to take, you know what I mean? To open up the eyes to let people know who really people are, you know what I mean? And let it be from there. And let it be let the people decide then, right? And that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. But see, that's what I don't understand. Thank you. You're bringing your crime case chronicles. You're bringing up a lot of valid points, man. A lot of valid points. You know, there was months. I mean, he brought in cartoon. He brought in all kinds of characters to solidify and try to make Mark seem like, hey, Mark wasn't doing that. Even to where a dude even said, man, I'm a war daddy. Fuck it, I'm a war daddy. You know, and I'm like, fuck, these dudes really going deep, to really defend this guy. I would like for him to do another interview with Cartoon. Interview Cartoon, man. I want to see how fake and fraud these guys are. Are they going to stick to their guns, or are they just going to say, no, man, Mark is this, Mark is that? Because then if Mark was doing all that, then you gave yourself that title of war daddy. So then, birds of a feather, birds of a flock together. I don't know. It'll be some good interviews. Yeah, cartoon vouch for Mark, man. It's on the Dante No, and then on Mark's. I mean, that should be another good interview right there lined up. They should line that one up. I tune in for that one. I tune in for that one. I don't know, man. It seems like everybody got conspiracy theories now, huh? Everybody got conspiracy theories. Yeah. See, it's to me, it's to me, it's oversaturated now. It's oversaturated. It's going from guys sending nudes to each other. Uh, it went left field, and I can't. It's awkward. I can't sit there and be talking. Hey, well, what kind of picture was it? Was it a full nude, a bi nude, or half a nude, or was he in box? I don't want to be knowing that type of shit. What kind of nude was it? What kind of position? What's going on, Larry Bird? How you doing, bro? Yeah, it kind of, to me, once Dante opened the door up to too many characters. It's just too many characters. You know what I mean? And I thought, in my opinion, I thought he was able. I think he thought he was able to going to be able to control all of them, right? But he couldn't. You know, Albiz is his own man. He's God Soldier's his own man. There's a lot of people that he really couldn't control. He couldn't control Mark, right? That tells you the leadership, right? Mark's a big old boy, man. Anybody can put Mark in his place, man. Anybody can put Mark in his place. Yeah, I know Larry Bird. Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's like, but see, it's all deceit, man. The same people that brought these guys together is the same people that's putting them together, going against each other, and that's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. You know, you're bringing these people together, and you're putting them against each other, right? Without either one knowing, but you know, and that's fucked up, man. You're manipulating the situation, and you're fucking up people's lives for content. To me, that's a I don't know, man. You know, Mark's an open target. You know, he put himself out there. He should have left it alone. Uh, but now it's just like it's a mockery. It's not a mockery, you know, because Mark deserves that. Mark deserves everything he gets dished out, right? And that's sad to say. You know, I can't feel no sympathy or empathy for the man, right? He put himself there. He went with it. It was all good and dandy when they were attacking the well, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jumping on my live every now and then. Oh, you chomo, you know this, you this, you this, you this, you this, you this, and that. It was all fine and dandy, right? So now that your own people flipped on you, man, I get a kicks out of it because I see that there's no loyalty amongst y'all, and now you're getting the shit end of by your own people. Ain't that a fucking bitch? So for me, it's like I'm enjoying it, man, because I'm seeing the true nature of these characters, right? That fuck, they will betray their own. You know, they were defending him to the fucking. I don't. I mean, fuck. I I would say, short of catching the body, right? They were defending him that hard, of short of catching the body, or somebody crashing out. And now it's there. Oh, we're exposing Mark. He got a white family hostage. Mark don't live in no motherfucking. Mark lives in a motherfucking. What does he live in? Not them trailer mobile homes, but them fucking trailer wides. Mark don't live in no motherfucking. Come on, man. And Mark knows where he lives at. Anybody can fucking just type in that guy's name and it'll populate where he lives at. It's that simple. And you ain't even got to pay. You know what I mean? So I guess that tells me something that I guess they have to, because I don't know how they would just put his personal information out there just like that, just like, and it's the first name that you pop up, it's his. It's like you don't even have to click on the fucking, you don't even have to click on the motherfucking page on the tab. It tells you, his shit tells you like on the first right there, like fuck. So all this story, man, like I don't care, man. If it's content for them, cool. I just gotta call it like it is, man. It's like y'all weren't the ones exposing. Y'all were the ones defending this dude, man. It's just, and now, see, why do Albiz and Mark have beef if it wasn't self-created, right? Created by the same people that brought them together. So that tells you the characters of this guy, man, that's manipulating everybody in the circle, right? He brings y'all together and he puts y'all together like them rope them what's them do little punch them little dudes that just they punch their heads off, right? And there you go. There goes his concert, right? He's racking up his revenue and getting a few laughs after y'all, and y'all still don't pay attention that y'all are the entertainment for the dude. To me, it's almost like fucking uh what's that fucking that I can't it's this fucking new movie, man. Uh this is that Chinese movie. I can't fucking it's the tip of my head right now, man. He gets the thrill of manipulating the situation. And that speaks character, man. Like you got a guy that brings people together, and then he puts them people that he brought together to go against each other. That's fucked up, man. I don't know. I might be seeing things differently than what other people do, right? I mean, I see patterns. People, man, maybe people don't see the thing. I don't know. I might be wrong, right? But it speaks volumes on the guy's character, man. That that when you're supposed to bring people together, man, you're supposed to bring them together and unite them, right? For the simple cause of, hey, I'm uniting people because I believe Mark's innocent. And do y'all believe he's innocent? Yeah, we believe, and we're gonna ride with you, bro. Right? You're gonna surround yourself with like-minded people. Now all of a sudden, everybody's beefing with everybody that got brought together over defending Mark. All these people got brought together because, hey, we don't like that Mexican over there talking about Mark. If anybody's going to talk about Mark, it's going to be us. I mean, I don't know the definition of racist, but that's borderline racist. You know what I mean? How are you going to tell somebody else that what they can't? Uh, you're going to be mad because I'm making content about Mark, right? A matter of fact, I got a comment not too long ago, right, from some guy named Bama Boy. And this Bama Boy is the same guy that I see over there on their lives, right? He's participating, he's commenting. Oh, yeah, Mark, yeah, yeah. You know, he's over there cheerleading on the sidelines, right? And then he writes in my comments, when are you going to let it go? And I'm like, why are you asking me when I'm going to let it go and you're just over there being entertained? Is it because I'm Mexican? It's okay and fine and dandy. You can participate and interact over there, and because it's all your own kind, right? And the only white people you have in there is just to justify, hey, I'm not totally racist, man. I do care about the white guys. Look, I got these guys on here. But I seen a little bit of Grimm's Southern Brotherhood. You know, I seen that Southern come out of him when he was talking to Youngblood. You know, I seen that little rage coming out of him. You know what I mean? When he was interacting with Youngblood on God's Soldiers Live. I seen it. You know what I mean? A little bit longer, he would have, you know, that Southern would have came out of him, that Confederate. All right. Cause if Grimm wasn't a boy, then he must have been a stomped down white boy, right? He must have been one of them racist white dudes that said, hey, I can't stand them motherfuckers. But now you want to align out here and make content with them. But I noticed that when you were having your little back and forth with Youngblood, you were, you know, I'm like, hey, oh, is this the same Grimm right here? Is this the same Grimm? I don't know. He must have ate something spicy that day or something. I don't know. But I seen a little, you know what I mean? I seen a little fight. So you put all these characters together, man, for conflict, right? And not only conflict, but everybody has their own little agenda. Everybody has their own little agenda. I guess, you know, I'm not some people might be bored and they ain't got nothing to do and they're entertained. Other people want to insert themselves just because they want to hear their voice. Other people just want maybe 15 minutes of fame or they just want to be known. But everybody has an agenda for what they do and participate. With me, they can't benefit off of me, right? I don't invite nobody to my lives. I don't entertain nobody. I don't do none of that, right? I don't give anybody uh I don't give anybody a voice on my channel, right? And it bothers people, right? It bothers people, right? It bothers people because people are gonna go where they can insert themselves, where they can be known and can be heard and be part of the crew. Me, I'm, you know, I've never been wanting to be part of any crew. I'm happy with my me and myself and I. Uh, and but a lot of people can't do that, man. You know, I can sit there and I can isolate by myself and I'm happy. I'm happy. I don't know how people would be. Oh, I can't. I got to talk to somebody. Fuck. I don't got to talk to nobody. I can talk to myself. It's that simple. But a lot of people have that follower mentality, man. It's sad that it follows onto the YouTube media. It follows onto the social media. All these fake personas, Peanut, 1090 Jake, all these dudes that got big followings and cults, and they're nobodies, right? They just became somebody on social media. They became somebody, right? Because in real life, they were nobodies. They've never did nothing. They've never been in position. They've never, they've never did anything. But they got a taste of a persona, right, on YouTube, and they blew up. People gravitated to them. I guess they got the gift of of tongue, using that tongue, how to manipulate the situation. I don't, man. I don't. Sometimes I think people have a very hard time understanding me. I don't know, maybe it's my uneducated ways, or maybe it's my Texas slow draw. I don't know. I don't know. But it's just the way it is. I'm not gonna change for anybody. Uh, it's me. I've always been like this all my life, and it is what it is. It just speaks volumes that social media, man, is full of characters that it's like the army, man. Be all you can be. It's that same saying. That's the same. Be all you can be, man. Anything you want to be, you can be on YouTube. Until somebody goes and does their work and their due diligence, starts pulling your cards, right? Starts pulling your cards. Say, hey, you weren't in prison for that long. You weren't doing these. That story sounds, you know. But sometimes that's what it takes for people to open up eyes. You know what I mean? What's going on, yo, blood? I just barely see your blood's message. Yeah, I got a whole crew when it came out and lynched me. You know what I mean? It's kind of fucked up. It's kind of and now it's like the same people that were defending this monster is being praised and oh, being patted. Oh, good job, man. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best. You're the GOAT. You're the GOAT, man. And the reality is like, how can you take credit when it's like, I can never do that, man. I even through it would notarize you or take or elevate you to the next level and say, hey man, that guy did it. Even through you didn't do it. It's like the fucking flaming hot Cheeto guy, right? If he didn't do it, who knows? But he got the story and he ran with it. And it's the same thing, man. But here you got characters that were defending, man, you know, arguing, holding live panels, people paying $50 a panel to speak up and say, no, Mark's innocent. Fuck Noel. Noel got funny charges. Spinning their own narrative, right? That if they wanted to do their real homework, they could have just done their homework and said, hey, man. But no, what did they go do? Go pull paperwork out the ass and said, hey, this is Noel. This is Noel. Why? Because apparently you can't find no real fucking documents that's going to fit your narrative, right? So you have to go pull documents out of your ass, off the internet, to try to fit your narrative, to try to paint me like a monster, right? Because if you go based off the real documents, you have nothing, right? You have nothing. So you have to go to the fake narrative. You don't want to do it. You send one of the minions. If it succeeds, if it hits, he pops his head out. Here I am. I'm here. Y'all. He's like the real fucking Candyman. You know what I mean? He wants to. They want to call Mark the Candyman. No, he's the fucking Candyman because he sets people out there on missions, and if they're successful, he pops his head out. Hey, I'm here. I'm here. You know, And if he's not, he stays in the back, silent, silent, right? Silent. Not like a mice in church. But as soon as one of his minions or somebody that he set out there, like a crash dummy, hits or yeah, let's pick up on it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna put everything on hold. I'm gonna put everything on hold, and we gotta talk about this. This is some news breaking shit. But in reality, it's I get it, man. You know, people make this a livelihood. People, you know, this is people's livelihood. You know, I don't, and thank God I don't depend on this shit. You know what I mean? Because I'm not a, I've told it many times, I'm not a content creator. You know what I mean? I'm not, I'm not. I don't know how to tell fake stories. Uh, if I tell a story, it doesn't, you know, it's not an exciting story, even through fucking somebody could have almost got killed. And it's just not, it's not, you know, I don't have it. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh man, what do I need to do? What do I need to work on to be the next? I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So it's a lot easier, man, when you don't expect nothing in return. When you don't expect nothing and you gain something, man, that means totally that means the world, man. But when you don't expect nothing, man, it's like fuck, it is what it is. What I didn't expect was so much negativity, right? From what I got so much negativity and pushback for what these guys are claiming to do now. Ain't that a motherfucking bitch? And the only difference that I can see is the skin color of my skin. That's the only thing, right? You see, they've been wanting. Yeah, man, and people need to realize that, man. That you know, I don't speak back. I don't speak about people just on false narrative. You know what I mean? I speak up on their actions, on how they carry themselves. You know what I mean? And you take away Dante. You put Dante as a white dude. I'm you know put him as a white dude or a Mexican dude. Right? Take the way the him being black out the equation. Right? You got this guy that brings all these people together, manipulates the situation to everybody that he brought together. They're in conflict with each other. Right? They're in conflict. He was going to bat for Mark, defending to the bottom of the earth, right? Mark's this, Mark's innocent. No, man, fuck everybody else. Mark's not, right? To switch judgments like that, right? On somebody that you were defending, that you, man, what do you have? Anybody else? Don't take Dante's name out of it. Anybody else? What kind of person would that person be if you would just judge him off his actions and character? Those are the friends that people tell you about. With friends like that, who needs enemies, right? He fits that category. When people say, "Hey, who needs enemies with friends like that?" Well, Dante, it's sad to say, he fits in that category. Because why? He brings you as his friend, and he puts you against each other, and then he just sits back and says, "Ah, let the views rack up. Let the views rack up." To me, that's fucked up, man. You see, and they've been wanting young blood, right? They've been wanting young blood. They got young blood over there, but it's all to discredit young blood, right? It's just a bad look, man. It's a bad look when you're supposed to be a content creator and now you're becoming like fucking worse than Jerry Springer, man. You're like you're doing everything for shock value instead of taking your time, doing your due diligence and telling some good stories, man. There's plenty of good stories that you can retell your way, man. That are true stories. That, hey, if you like telling stories, hey, it's cool, man. I get that. I do the same thing. I go find stories that have been posted on the internet that intrigue me, and I make a video of it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But when you start trying to portray somebody that you're not, like you're a ex stomped down prisoner that was telling people to fill up the bags, but then you ask him a certain lingo question that anybody on the streets would know their single lingo term, right? Terminology, right? And he's dumbfounded, right? So it's like if you try to talk to Dante offline and street terminology, he's not gonna get you. He's not gonna understand the street terminology, right? And that tells you the character, man. It's like, don't portray yourself somebody you're not. Because then yourself, you're exposing yourself. You're supposed to be this heartless felon from, I don't know, Idaho, Ohio, or Columbus, Ohio, Michigan. I don't know, right? From the East Coast, Midwest, somewhere from that side of town, you're supposed to be a stomped down dude. But your actions and the way you carry yourself tells me those are bitch moves, right? Because bitches bring men together to create conflict amongst it. Because that's what bitches do, right? A bitch will tear two men apart. She'll bring those two men together and put them against each other, right? I've seen evil women. I lost my best friend because of that, right? The dudes were cool. The woman, it's a bitch move, right? They're gonna do their bitch ways, their bitch moves to get the two dudes to go against each other. But it's sad because at this, nobody's getting no pussy. Nobody's getting no ass. And that's what's it's so fucked up about it. That the only person that's really winning here is Dante, right? And everybody else is going at everybody else each other's throats. And the only one that's winning is Dante. And whoever he decides to throw a little bit of crumbs down to. You know what I mean? Here you go. Here you go. Why was Mark's and June's beef? Okay, because first Dante was paying Mark, right? Okay. Then he wanted to distance himself, right? So he put June in the middle as the middleman. So now by putting June as the middleman, now whatever he was giving Mark, now he got to take out a little bit out of Mark to cover June's pay. I think so too. I'm pretty sure because when Fleece was talking to Dante, all Dante could do was smirk and giggle and blush. That's all Dante could do instead of saying Fleece, man, motherfucker, I see you ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing. You try to run that shit on me, man, I'm gonna poke your ass up. And then Fleece would have probably been like, oh, this guy, he probably ain't one of them. I probably misread him. But Dante's right there blushing and giggling and smirking and Fleece, a fucking predator. I seen it in his eyes. He's like, I got him. I got him. I seen it in Fleece's eye. He did the same thing to that dude, Antoine Davidson. He did the same thing, right? Once a predator got you blushing and giggling, he got you. He got you. Because a real man would have said, fuck you. You ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing and don't talk to me like that. Right? That's what an ordinary man would have said to a motherfucker like Fleece. Because a man knows when you get in the boot game wrong. When you, I mean, A street dude would know when a fag's trying to hit on you, man. And a stomp down man would have said, hey, cut that shit out, bro. You're gonna respect me, man. You on my motherfucking channel, cut that shit out. But what did he do? He sat there and giggled and accepted and blushed. Right? So a predator like that, it's the same thing, man. It's like when you tell a girl a comment and she blushed. A man already knows, hey, that's a sign. I got a possibility. If I continue and it goes right, I might got a date. Right? But a man knows, a man gets a sign, if she gives you a fucking attitude, be like, well, then oh, I ain't get, but she smirks or smiles and how you doing today? Oh, I'm doing good. Oh, your hair look pretty good today. Oh, she smiles and says thank you, or gives a little smile, then you're in. So I would think a predator like Fleece has the same, and he's a man, right? He likes butt. He sees he compliments a man, the man giggles, he got him. A little bit more working, I got me one. I got me one. So that tells you right there, that tells you how vulnerable the man is. Right? That he has no intuition of when he's being victimized, right? Or almost becoming a victim. That tells you another person would have said, look, bro, go about it with somebody else. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Put your foot down, man. Now, if he comes and takes it from you and it costs you your life, then so be it. But don't leave the door open for them, right? Don't give him no thought of saying that, hey, yeah, I'm that type of way. Because by you giggling, you're co-signing it. You're co-signing it. And he's gonna prey on that. He's gonna feed off of that. So there's a lot of stuff, man, that a lot of, a lot of these guys that have these big old platforms are just personas. And it kind of sucks. I don't mind the personas, but it's just be who you are, man. Just be you. Be you. Because in time, you're going to expose yourself and people are going to call you for your actions, man. Because the way you're doing is like, how the fuck are you going to go defend a dude? You're defending this dude to the fucking T, right? You're like, man, he ain't do it. And all of a sudden, to calling him the most sexual deviant, that you're going to call the cops on him. You're going to, not once did I say I was going to call the cops on Mark, man. If that ain't bitch moves, I don't know. Not once when Mark was going to threaten me and said, hey, I got your address, or I got a picture of you and your boy in your front yard. Not once did I call the cops. And this is a fucking predator, right? I mean, he went to prison for actually shooting somebody. He went to prison for an aggravated crime against a human being. Right? And when his time in prison, according to him, he was a fucking maniac in there, right? A serial rapist. In his own words. Not once did I say I was going to call the cops on the dude, or I'm reporting him, or I'm calling the local police department and sending an open letter and say, hey, man, y'all got to keep an eye on this dude. Not once. Now, all of a sudden, this guy's calling them. He's calling Detroit and say they got a 72-hour patrol around his house. I'm surprised it's Cane Corsos. He ain't told y'all about his Cane Corsos he got. He said he got like 4 or 5 Cane Corsos on his property. The shit this guy be coming up with, man. So you can only judge a man on his character and actions, right? This is a man that was defending a dude and said, man, look, I was telling dudes to fill him up. Fill up the laundry bag. Right? But then when you got a one-arm man that's on dialysis, you see him as a threat now. I don't see Mark as a fucking threat, man. That guy's like it's like you catch a felony, man, for hitting somebody on a disability, man. So it's like, do you really want to hit somebody that's disabled? It's like hitting an elderly person, man. It's not just, oh, you're gonna get away with it. So Mark is not too much of a threat, man. I don't see Mark as a threat. Me physically, I don't see Mark to where I have to call the authorities and say, hey man, come protect me. I don't see Mark. Mark is like, I don't see Mark as a threat, right? Not to me, not to me, right? I'm not. But then again, I've been a juvenile. I've been to prison. I've been on the streets. I've been putting in work, as you could say. So I know the outcome. Now, somebody that doesn't, I don't know. It's just, I don't know how you can have this persona. That's why I came on this YouTube as Noel, man. I didn't come on here as a fucking Texas gangbanger, repping repping my prison set, or stuff like that. I came on here as Noel, as a father, as somebody that is no longer in that lifestyle, right? But still has stories and can contribute to YouTube, right? To me, it wasn't the. I didn't come on here with the persona. I guess I should have came on here with the persona. I don't know. Like it's to me, it's kind of fucked up, you know. So if you're gonna have this persona that you're this stomp down dude that you were telling dudes to fill up commissary bags and woo woo woo, this and that, but your actions, man, you're bringing all these people together to create conflict, right? Then when you can't control the heat you created, you run to the cops. I'm scared of Mark Moore. Mark Moore. Mark Moore's this, he's that. But then again, Mark was a saint to you in your eyes. That to me is you can't trust them type of guys, man. I'm not speaking falsehood. I'm not, making shit up. I'm just speaking on a man's actions and his character of what I've seen on social media. I mean, because you got somebody that portraying to be a stomp down. Mark, yeah, Mark's my boy. I'm going. I'm riding with Mark to the wheels fall off. What happened to riding with Mark to the wheels fall off? All of a sudden, it wasn't going your way, and you're like, oh, we got to switch around to, we got to start to expose it, and we got to. It's like I don't get that, man. To me, it's like I, you have to call people out for their actions, man. You have to call them out. You can't just flip flop and switch overnight, man. I just can't do it, man. I can't. It's uh I can't. Even through uh and he can't get mad because I'm not making shit up, right? I'm not making, and anybody that has a mind and ears and eyes can see for themselves what type of character this guy is, right? I mean, you might like him or you might not, but you have to realize what type of guy he is. You have to make the realization that, hey, this is the type of person he is. Do I want to associate myself with it or not? Now, if you can make that realization and you can be like, hey man, I roll with it. Fuck it. I know he's going to be a backstabber. I know he's going to create a conflict between people. Well, then, if you like drama, then more power to you. But if you want to be a pawn in somebody's game, because that's what it is, you're a pawn in his game, in his chess game, right? You're a pawn. Everybody's a pawn in his game. If you get the time and sit there, you're just a pawn in his game, man. And people need to realize that. And I think the only one that's realized this shit so far, other than myself, is Mark. Mark is the only other one that I've seen that's made that realization that said, man, this fucking Dante's a fucking snake. So it's going to be up to him if he continues to align or kick it or whatnot, right? It's going to be up to him. They can be in cahoots or whatnot. But looking in, looking from the outside in, it looks bad on the man's character. And you got to call it for what it is, man. You know, it looks bad. And you're only as strong as your weakest link. So if the leader is the weakest link, man, that chain is fucking, I wouldn't pull anything with that. I wouldn't even do a tug of war. That's a weak link chain. And that's sad, man. Because him having a voice, he could have used it for the good. I mean, he still can, but now it's just, it makes you look messy, man. Like, like bitch hoe ass moves. You know what I mean? Like, man, come on, man. Like, and that's what it is, right? You got to call it for what it is, man. Only bitches do those type of moves, and hoe ass dudes. You got to call it for what it is, man. All biz, all them dudes, God Soldier, everybody that participates on the panel at one point or another have gone at each other. Some have been excluded, like real Ringling Real. I guess he got like, you know, if they can't control you, they just exclude you. You're not part of the pack. You can't no longer be a pawn in the game. Right. And that's all it is, man. And that's why I made the right choice of isolating myself. Right. I made the right choice of isolating myself and not partaking in their madness. Because that's what it is madness, man. People join those panels just to argue amongst themselves. I thought people were to join the same panel and the same cause because they were on the same page. Like, hey, we're gonna fucking dance to the same beat, all on tune. It ain't, man. Everything's off rhythm. Everything's off rhythm. And then it starts with the top. But see, not everybody's meant to be in those positions, man. People put themselves and they're able to step over people to get those type of, but those type of positions don't last too long, man. Because people, there's always somebody's gonna be, man, that guy's not meant for that. It's in every politics, prison gangs, street gangs, whatnot, social media, whatnot. There's always gonna be somebody who's gonna say, hey, that guy's not meant for this. Let me dethrone him and let me take his spot. Let me take his audience. And that's all this is. And that's all this is. It's like me. I've been on the same course, man. You know, I haven't lost track of my mission, right? I haven't lost track. Even through I've been, you know, it could have easily there's been so many times that I could have been easily diverted to go, you know, fight other battles with other random people. But I'm not the type of guy, man. I don't like opening up too many battlefields at one time. It's just too much of a headache. One battlefield is enough for me at a time, right? But this guy created so many people to come attack me that he can't even control them, right? That you start excluding them from your panels. You block him, don't accept him no more. And it's, to me, it's fucked up, man. And and like this is what they always wanted, right? They've always wanted young blood to go over there and partake. But it was always just to tear him down. It was always just to tear him down, right? Why? Because they thought that by young blood going over there, that eventually I was gonna follow, right? Eventually I was gonna follow. So they kept on wanting Youngblood to go. Like, yeah, if we get Youngblood over here, and the well will follow, and the well will follow, and the well will come over here, and the well will come over here, and the well will come over here. And that was the whole end game, right? That was the whole. That's why we need to get Youngblood over here. At the same time, if we can get him over here, we can discredit him, right? We can try to silence him. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go check that out, bro. Because I mean, that if that is true, I'm saying I don't know if it's true. If you know that's contradicting, man. You know you can't really be doing that. You know what I mean? That's contradicting, man. Like if you were if we were doing videos and so if that's true, man, then basically every video you were doing with me was lies. So I don't know, man. You know, I have to go check out the lives, man. You know, just to make I can't just make any kind of judgment call like that just based off somebody making a comment. You know what I mean? I can look into it and do my research and then make my opinion off of that. But I appreciate that for you bringing that to my attention, bro. I mean, if it's true, you know what I mean? Hey, it's recorded and nothing can be, it's not like, you know, but there's no way that then we come back to the Dante stuff, bro. Dante was saying he's guilty. Now Dante was saying he's innocent. Now he's guilty. And it's like, you can't say he was guilty. Now he's innocent. Because it's like the same thing, man. It's like, I have to go look into it, bro. Because it's like, it's just too wild, man. But see, everybody is a pawn in this game, man. If you allow yourself to be used, you're gonna be a pawn. I'm a perfect another example of how they use the pawns, right? They bring in Just Jay and they bring in God Soldier, right? Two people that know they can't stand each other, two different lifestyles, and they bring them in together to create conflict, right? Both of them support Dante, right? Just Jay would be like, oh, just Dante's like my big brother. I admire him. I want to suck him up. I want to stroke him. I want to do this to Dante. So Just Jay has his agenda or whatever gets his butt wet. You know what I mean with Dante. God Soldier wants to be cool with Dante, right? Dante's his boy. He looks up to Dante. Dante this, Dante that, June this, June that, right? So now you got two people from two different lifestyles that have one thing in common, which is Dante. Dante knows that these guys don't like each other, but why does he keep bringing them together? Right? Because you're a pawn in his game. Just like All Biz is a pawn, just like Youngblood's a pawn, just like Mark is a pawn, right? They allow themselves to interact and get sucked into the pawn. So now, by being yourself and thinking, hey, I'm welcome to the party, in reality, it was just to disclose information about you to use against you in further time, in a later time, right? It's all manipulation at the hands of a person, deceit. And people don't need to realize that, man, that if you like being manipulated and being deceit and going against, uh, that's when I realized, man, that this guy is like, I was opening too many battlefields were being opened for me without me even opening them on my own, right? So many battlefields. For what? For what? Why were everybody attacking me for what? Because I was exposing Mark for what he was? And everybody was like, where's the victims at? Where's the victims? Where's that? Y'all made me. Y'all made me go look for the fucking victims. Dante and his whole fucking team made me go look for the victim. Then when I found the victim, oh, we don't like the way you're handling the victim. You're pressuring the victim. You're making him. You're making him do this. You're making him do. You're. And I had not did nothing other than find the victim. We don't like the way you're doing it, Noel. No, Noel, you're wrong. But I see all of a sudden it's like they roll the red carpet, put him on a pedestal, and say, "Hey, Dante, you're the GOAT. You're the GOAT. Yeah." The fake pat on the backs. Why? Because everybody that was part of his pawns can now celebrate, right? Yeah, we're on the right side now, bro. We're on the right fucking side. We made a whole complete 180 and we bamboozled the audience. And now we on the right side of the tracks. We on the right side now. We got them. You see, and it's at the expense of playing the subscribers like idiots, right? It's the audience, right? Playing them like a fiddle. And to me, man, I've never been that type of person, man. I've never been a deceitful person. I've always been the type of guy that's, stay away from it, man. If it's not for me, I stay away. If I can't, it's I can't do it, man. I can't be deceitful, man. I can't. I can't lie. I mean, I can lie, but it's not in me, man. It's not in me to try to spin narrative. I can do it, but it's just my conscience won't let me do it, man. My conscience and my heart would be like, man, why you do it for? To where I start making myself feel bad, and I'm like, man, you should have did it. Right? I don't need nobody to tell me. I have my own conscience to tell me when I fuck up. So before my conscience tells me and alerts me that, hey, you're doing something stupid, I just avoid it, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. A lot of people can't. I guess they can't really predict or try to try to figure out the place in advance. I do, man. That's why I knew, and Youngblood can, I knew I had told Youngblood that's all they want to do, man. They want to be the ones to be doing the exposing. They want to be the ones because they knew they were on the wrong side of the track. They've been exposed, and they have no choice but to come on the right side of the track and to be the savior and be like, yeah, we're the GOAT. Woo, Dante. It's all manipulation, deceit, man. I get it. Now, if people want that, hey, who am I to tell you, man? It's like God Soldier. If God Soldier likes, you know, to entertain himself and surround himself and be a punching bag and because Dante doesn't like God Soldier, man. The very first time that I seen God Soldier, Dante said, if I was racist, would I let this racist white boy on? So I hadn't even met you personally or even talked to you or any kind of interaction with God Soldier, right? And I thought God Soldier was really a racist white dude. Because you see a white dude right there with shirtless, drinking, tatted up. Your first persona is stereotype is like, hey man, that dude does look like a fucking, like a white racist. This guy, because he's Dante's, that's how I met God Soldier. Right? Dante planted that seed in my head of saying, if I was racist, why would I let this racist white boy on here? Right? He called you that. So I'm like, damn. And then I looked at God Soldier and I'm like, well, fuck, if Dante's calling him a racist, I mean, he does look, he probably a skinless white. He's probably one of them skinheads, white dudes. But it was just his way of controlling the pawn. And that's fucked up, man. That was my first impression of God Soldier. And that was because I listened to Dante. When he said, if I'm racist, why would I let this racist white boy on? So I was under the impression that God Soldier was a racist. And then as time went by, I'm like, oh no, this guy's a bootlicker. He wants to be part of the inner circle. You're never going to be accepted, bro. Never. Especially, I didn't know what's his name. Al Biz was an FBA. Now it makes more sense why he hates Mexicans, right? Fuck, he hates Mexicans like a motherfucker, right? Just that title of FBA, that tells me everything, right? That tells me everything. That now I see why he's over there celebrating Dante, and when a Mexican does it, why is a fucking Mexican talking about a black man? I can see, because I'm trying to find why all these people that hate me, right, are praising Dante for the same thing that he's so-called doing is what I was doing. Ain't that? That's what I want to know. It's like, well, all of a sudden, I'm the fucking Joker, and now this guy's Batman. It's like, but all this time, this guy was the fucking villain. He was trying to uh unvandalize Mark, right? Trying to make a friendly Mark. Oh, Mark ain't do that, man. That was a fake documentary. Look at all the fake interviews, the fake Mendenhall, Betty the cook. Look at the extent that this guy was going to defend the man. You were going to the distance of creating fake interviews to fit your agenda of Mark being innocent. And now all of a fucking sudden you had a fucking epiphany and said Mark's guilty. Overnight. It's like the light bulb suddenly just went off and said, hey, Mark's guilty. We need to ride with it. Not thinking that there's people that have minds and eyes and ears, and they'd be like, isn't this the same guy that was fucking defending the other guy? But what I noticed is that short-term people have short-term memories. They go from one trending topic to another. One trending topic to another to another. That's it just has to speak character, man, on who you really are. On who you really are. And that tells me, man, on who you really are. Because if you're a manipulator, a deceitful person to random people, right? Like you try to get over random people, I can just imagine how you are with your loved one and friends. Because those traits don't go away. Those traits and those characteristics just don't go overnight. If you're like this on social media, which you're on social media more than half of your day, because if you're not doing videos, you're scheming and plotting on for what to do the videos, right? For your content. So you're consumed in it. You're consumed in it. Those traits are going to be kind of hard, man. It's like Mendenhall. Mendenhall was a boy for 20 fucking years, man. You think all of a sudden he's going to stop being a boy out here? Maybe he stopped just to fit, the perspective of people. Hey, he got a wife. But maybe down, he still had that little itch to be a boy, to be with another man. Ain't nothing wrong. Maybe he already had the curiosity of being bi, right? 20 years, man. You go do 20 years and you're feminized and you people are gonna expect you to come out here and be that man, right? But Mendenhall was a feminized boy. So how he was living in a probably in a trapped world. He couldn't be himself, right? He couldn't be himself. Because after 20 years, I could say, man, maybe, maybe he enjoyed it after a while, man. Maybe he, because there comes to a point to where, yes, you're a victim, but You no longer become the victim when you're participating in it, right? And you're enjoying it and you're bringing other people to come in and having cahoots. So you're no longer a victim then, man. Now you're just participating and you're part of the problem, right? If you would have been a victim, you should have did something right afterwards and you could have continued being a victim, right? But you continue, to indulge. So that makes you part of the problem. So if you're this way, man, on social media, I can just imagine how you are with your loved ones. You're always trying to get over your loved ones. I know at one time he was talking about his aunt or his cousin getting over on him, but I think it was him getting over his cousin and him getting over his aunt. If I recall, I know he did a video about, I think, his cousin going to jail or something on those terms of somebody posting bond, or I can't remember, but it was on the grounds of his family member doing him wrong. But if I was a betting man, I look at this guy's characteristics online and the way he is with random people that he brings together. I wouldn't think other, man. I wouldn't think. I mean, it's sad, man. It's sad. It's sad, man. Because we come back to that saying, man. With friends like that, who needs enemies? Yep. And see, I'm glad God Soldier got his channel going, man. Because he can speak his mind there without being censored, man. People telling him, hey, shut up or blocking him or banning him. That's what everybody should do, man. Everybody shouldn't depend on somebody else giving you a voice. Because maybe they don't want to hear your voice, or they don't want to give you the opportunity for people to hear your voice. They want to silence you. There's been plenty of times, man, that they would ban God Soldier, block him out, right? Don't let him log in. So God Soldier did a good thing, man. He wanted his voice to hear. He wanted to express his opinion. He got his channel up and going, right? He hosts lives. He does his thing. Hey, and that's a good thing, man. He's not depending on another man to say, hey, come on my panel and you can speak what you want. No, man. And that's what everybody should do. Don't wait for another man to give you a platform to speak your mind. Create your channel and speak your mind. That's what Dante does. Dante creates so many motherfucking channels to make it seem like it's somebody else, but in reality, it all ties into, if you put a pyramid, right? Dante's at the bottom, Dante's at the top of that pyramid, and then you have so many other people under him, right? But at the end, it all comes back tying to him. Right? At the end, it comes back. So it's almost like a RICO, right? If these guys would get a RICO charge on them, everything would come back to Dante because everybody's tied into Dante. And people, see, he got into this position not because he's the brightest or the smartest or the toughest. No, he got into the position because he was able to manipulate people to help him to his advantage, right? People that think that he's this type of guy, he's this type of guy, he's that, right? Because he got a good storyteller. He can put you to sleep, if you want a bedtime story, which is a good thing. I'm not saying, being able to tell a story and it's bad. No, it's a good thing. It's, but at the same time, don't let that be you. There's nothing wrong with being a narrator and not being a street dude. There's nothing wrong. Man, if I could take it back, if I would rather be a square fucking dude, man. Even through maybe as a square dude, I would be oblivious to certain stuff. I wouldn't be too hip. I wouldn't be aware of certain stuff, but I would rather be a regular square dude, man, where people will call me a punk bitch. I'd be happy with that, man. And, I mean, I'd be happy because maybe I would have probably succeeded more in life than what I am now. Not that I'm not happy, right? But I felt like maybe if I would have been a square age dude, I probably could have gone a lot further instead of choosing the criminal life and whatnot. But hey, it's too late. It is what it is. So and I don't attack nobody with no false narrative, man. I didn't. You know how easy it is to do my homework, man. I can find people in your local vicinity that actually know you, man. You know how hard it is for me to go back and find what middle school you went to, man, or high school. Find your yearbook picture. Do you know how fucking easy that is? And then I'd go from there, right? It'll be a pyramid. I put you at the top of the pyramid, and I'll just go reach out to this one, 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 this one. And to speak on characters, hey, you know this guy? Yeah, I know it, man. That guy was a bitch in middle school. And sometimes that's what it takes. It takes for people from your past to put you in place. Because you got to hit them with the facts, man. You got to hit them with the facts. You got to hit them with their actions, right? You can't just make up stuff and be like, hey, this is you. You're doing this. No, man. You got to use themselves against them, right? On how they act, what they say, what they do. It's only right, man. It's like that's why they tell you your Miranda rights, right? Anything you say will be against you in the court of law. Anything you do or say will be used against you on social media. That's just the way it is, man. That's in every fucking genre, man. I seen other people that are beefing, and them dudes are beefing, and there's all kinds of random accounts about these guys talking bad about them, right? But if you sit there, it would basically come back to the same person that them people are beefing with. It's wild, man. It's this YouTube shit's it's kind of it's kind of treacherous, man. It's treacherous and fun, and it's all basically all the fucking emotions, man, that you can get. You can get them off YouTube. It's crazy, man. I've never been to a place where like you can express all your emotions in one show. it's that's it's fucked up, man. It's like you go to the movies, you have a good time and laugh, or you go to cemetery. It's you're going to go there to cry. Uh, but you come on YouTube, man, you guarantee you're going to have all your emotions go through it. And that's the only place that I figured that fuck, man. 1 minute you're happy, next minute you're angry, next minute you want to fuck somebody up. Your whole emotions go through one video YouTube, and that's fucked up. Man. That's crazy, man. That something like social media can make you go through all your emotions. Some people will even cry. It's fucked up, man. It's fucking crazy, man. It's and once you're able to and kind of put your emotions to the side and really see it for what it is. Nah, man, I didn't cry, bro. I didn't cry. It's because at that time, man, you know, like I said, YouTube brings the emotions out, man. Right. So when your loved ones see you all worked up, man, you know, it bothers them, man, and then it bothers you because now your wife's like, man, why are you so aggravated? Why are you? Why are you let that consume you, right? And now you're like, why is this even have to affect your life, right? And that's when I realized, man, that this you have to be able to separate it. You can't be on YouTube all day long, man. Post your video, do your live, see you tomorrow. Don't go, don't feed into the don't feed into all the negativity, man. Don't read the comments. Don't, I mean, read them if you want, reply if you want, you know, block them if you want. Don't block them. You have that's why I'm glad God Soldier has his channel, because he's going to experience it. As he goes, he's going to have the power to either block them or continue listening to their nonsense, right? And 9 out of 10 times, nobody wants. If you have the power, nobody's going to sit there and listen to the nonsense, and you're going to actually go and hit the ban, right? Ban them. Boop. That's simple. They're out of your life. But you're going to have to experience that. It's going to be a good feeling, man, because you're going to be like, fuck, man. These people have no control, only what you give them. If you welcome them in, they got control, man. Keep them out the house, they don't got nothing. They're just going to be peeping in through the window. That's it. But it took me a while. It took me a while to realize that, because I didn't come on here with the persona or a set agenda to be like, man, look, I'm going to be this character. I'm going to be Francisco. I'm going to be Francisco. That's I'm a big old uh, cartel enforcer or worker. If that was the case, I would have came on with the fucking persona, man. Some kind of persona that fits the stereotype of a Mexican American, right? I can't be a lowrider. I can't be a cholo. I got to be something that fits the stereotype of what the average white man would see me. I can't be a construction worker, right? So I would have to fit some type of stereotype that the audience would see me as, right? But I couldn't do that. That's just being fake, man. So what? Then somebody can be like, "Hey, that's not really you. You really didn't do that. This is you, and so this is you." It's better to be yourself, and it is what it is. What's going on, JoJo? Yeah, fuck 'em, bro. See, this guy right here saying Dante has not played nobody. All Dante has done is expose his true character, man. That's it. That's all he's done. Dante has exposed himself a lot more, man. I don't know how you feel that he won or he got the upper hand. His fucking character and his credibility is fucking demised and out the window, bro. Anybody with common sense can see through that. Now, if you're a follower, you're a minion, and you're he's your host. Y'all leech off each other. You're parasitics. They do, bro. They do. They do. Because he thinks that what he's doing in his eyes is right, but not knowing that, fuck, man, you were defending this dude. You were saying that everything Mark was saying was not true. Mark's innocent. Mark's innocent. Bring us the victims. Bring us the victims. Y'all made me go look for Brad. Why? Because y'all were bringing up fake interviews. Mark was a saint. Mark didn't do that. Mark just liked to cuddle. Mark was just cupping me. Mendenhall. Yeah, Mark didn't do it. How many other fake interviews was he going to do before I put a stop to it? How many more interviews was he going to do with fake interviews, with fake people? How many more to try to control and spin the narrative of Mark being innocent? My house got doxxed, right? All for what? For saying that Mark was a bandit? And now he's saying the same thing that I'm saying. And now he's the hero. But this is the same guy that was defending him a few days ago. Yes. Look, let me see right here. I did not apologize to anybody. When you show me the video that I said sorry, I'm sorry, or I'm not bad to somebody. I was defeated by the mayor, right? The mayor. I put my life out there for somebody, right? Right? Because I mean, my house got doxxed. An idiot could have, pulled up and did something. Hey, I'm here to support Mark because Dante said Mark's innocent. Right? I've been watching out. I'm a Dante supporter, and Mark's innocent. What if some character would have pulled up to my house, right? All because Dante's pushing the narrative of Mark being innocent. And I'm the only one that's going against him. I'm the only one, a Mexican, right? But you got Dante pushing the narrative of Mark being innocent. Mark being innocent, right? So I'm basically putting myself out there, right? My life out there for these people. And then when you hear the voice of the mayor sound irritated, bothered about what I was doing, even through he was falsely, you know, he was giving false information, but he still ran with it, right? The voice sounded irritated, man. Yes, I was defeated by that. I felt some type of way. Yes, yes. Who fucking would it? That you put yourself out there for these people, and then for you to hear the tone in their voice, the botherness, the irritation, and you're like, man, I have all these enemies. I have all these people that hate me. All these people hate me because I was exposing Mark. I wasn't talking about nobody else. I didn't talk to nobody else. I didn't bring anybody else except Mark Moore. But then again, everybody felt entitled to speak up for Mark Moore. Everybody felt entitled to speak up for Mark Moore and defend Mark and attack Noel, the Mexican, right? Attack him, attack him, attack him, attack him, attack him. I've never changed course, right? Just imagine the possibilities of somebody of Dante having a loyal follower, right? A number one fan, and say, nah, man, fuck that dude. No way. I'm pulling up. I'm in Dallas. Right. So yes, man, I felt defeated, man. Because I put myself out there for people that didn't care. Right. So yes, I was defeated, man. Who wouldn't feel some type of way? What do you want me to say? Oh, that gave me more courage. That gave me more fire. That gave me more fire to go and no, man. That made me feel some type of way. That's like, man, I'm doing all this shit for y'all. Y'all don't care. And y'all don't care. Y'all sound irritated and bothered for what I'm doing. Yes, man. Who would it, man? Who would it? Who wouldn't want to be like, man, go ahead and keep it, man. You done fucked up the play. You done fucked up the play. What do you want me to do? First, everybody was mad at me because I reached out to the victim. Oh no. Well, Mark is innocent. Why are you reaching out to the victim? And now everybody's congratulating. Oh, we're gonna bring out the victims and Dante's gonna do it the right way. What right way is there to do to bring out the victim? Are you gonna roll the red carpet out and present them with the award, a victim award, and be like, hey, come on, man? How is it? What other better way? All I did was reach out to the victim. He told me he was gonna give me reach out to me. right? In time. And I told y'all, be patient, take y'all's time. Nah, we want to know. We want to know. Where's the victim? Where's the victim? So there it goes. These are the same guys. So, right now, I see people over there cheerleading Dante. Oh, Dante's going to bring out the victims of Mark's white family. So nobody's giving him pressure because he's going to bring and relive people's memories, right? But at the same time, the same people that were giving me hell for bringing Brad out are the same people that are congratulating Dante for, hey, good job, good job. Ain't that a fucked up shit? It was. It was. Because Dante himself solidified that Brad was a victim. The case closed. What else do you want? You got Dante saying Mark's guilty. So I don't understand that, Helio. It seems like Dante did a complete 180 and he's rocking on this side of town, on the right side of town now. Yes. And that's the thing that they're not going to realize, bro. Like, Dante is just hurting his image more, man. He's hurting his image. It's like the statement didn't help either, man. That statement about, not caring about what the black man does to the white man in prison. Who cares? Man, those statements, man, you can't. But then again, these are statements from the same guy that was defending Mark, and now he's exposing Mark. That tells you that's man, that speaks volumes on a guy's character, man. I Once again, if you were to put a picture of that saying next to that saying with friends like that, who needs enemy? Dante fits that category, man. He fits that saying to the fucking T's and the dotted I's. And a lot of people have to realize that, man. If you realize that and you want to continue rocking with it, that's cool, man. But just realize what you're fucking with. And me myself, I can't deal with those type of characters, man, because they're, the first time they get opportunity, they're gonna backstab you, man. So why do you want them around you for? For them to absorb you and build that back. As they're around you, all they're doing is gathering ammunition to use against you on the further time. That's it. So why do you want them to use that against you? Avoid that. Don't surround yourself for silence. They don't got nothing against you. If they want something against you, go do your homework and do your due diligence and do some research and find it. And then you can come and we can talk about it. But don't sit there and expose yourself. Because this is what this guy does. That's what he does. He brings you in. Hey, how you doing? Gives you a pat on the back. Yeah, it makes you feel part of the team. And then he puts everybody against each other. Now, do I see Mark sending Albiz nudes? No. I don't see, but at the same time, Dante has to create conflict, right? Albiz was supporting Mark, rocking with them. So he got to create conflict. It's all everybody's a pawn in that guy's game, man. If you allow yourself. And a lot of people do, man. Either knowingly or unknowingly. To me, it's not just Dante. It's a lot of dudes. It's a lot of them. From a lot of these guys that are on YouTube genre. It's the same thing. It's all over. It's like a cancer, man. People when they say, hey, I'm gonna throw him an alley hoop. Yeah, that's what he's throwing them, the fucking alley hoop of the fucking shenanigans of the fucking YouTube game. This is how you do it. This is how you fucking bamboozle the persons. If you want a girl, you do this. You bamboozle them. It's like it's fucked up, man. It's all a deceit, smoke and mirrors. I don't. I just don't get it. I mean, I don't. I seen a dude's some dude posted his revenue, right, and he had like I didn't do the math, man. Maybe like 200,000 views, so 2 to 300,000, and he had like maybe $4,000, right, on his ad. So I don't know. You know what I mean? I I don't know how if it's profitable like that, man, to sell yourself, man, to basically discredit yourself, man, because you're losing credibility, man. As a man, you're coming on here defending, and then you're exposing. Pick one or the other. You're gonna either be on the left or the right side. You know, you're gonna be with the exposing, or you're gonna tell the truth. But I don't think the exposing fits you. The exposing part doesn't fit you, man. You're more. You should just continue with your storytelling and the fake narratives because exposing doesn't fit. It just makes you look bad. It makes yourself look bad, man. Because if this is the route you're trying to go by, like exposing, man, you're making yourself look kind of bad, man. Well, you should have waited for this mark to be over and gone that route. Then you could have said, "Hey, you know what, man? I've had a change of heart. You know, I'm going after these guys now, but just over day and night, so overnight, just be like, hey, man, I'm exposing Mark because of this picture. I'm bringing out the victims. Like, come on, man. Are these going to be real victims, or are they going to be Mendel Halls and Betty the Cooks just to spin any kind of narrative? Uh, they got them AI voice changers, right? I don't know who it is, but it's the same idiots that are the same team, right? That are using the AI, that Nikolai, and it's I get that, man. That's that's entertainment, but at the same time, you're losing credibility. I get it, man. Just it's content, but you should pick and choose your battles, man. Pick and choose what's going to be your content. Because you did 6 months of bringing lives, panels. People were so inserted and invested in it that they were paying $50 to insert themselves in the panels, all to defend Mark. Why? Because you, Dante, spin that narrative, right? That Mark was innocent. Jonathan Schwartz was a Jew out for the black man. So now do you believe Jonathan Schwartz? I want to know that. Because I seen that you were watching the documentary once again. You were going back to the original evidence, right? But the evidence has been there, even the unedited version. Even when you sent me those text messages. When you sent me those text, oh man, I didn't know Mark did that, woo, woo, woo. But then what did you do? You flip-flopped, right? You continue to attack me. Why? Because I continue to expose Mark. That didn't fit. That didn't fit your agenda. You wanted to be the exposing one. You wanted to be the look, I did it. I did it. But in reality, all you did was expose your true colors. Just like you solidified it and you confirmed that Mark had a victim, Brad. You did the same thing unknowingly. I don't know. That tells me you're not too smart, man, because you think you're doing smart genius moves, and in reality, to the person that's looking in outside in, it's like, fuck, this guy just, what is he thinking? But I guess I can't expect everybody to be able to dissect and 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 see it for what it is. You know what I mean? It's like the NBC. How many times would he boast and speak highly of himself and try to belittle everybody else. Oh, y'all gonna see me in my Lambo, in my Dubai. Y'all gonna see me this and that. Woo, woo, woo. YouTube's been good to me. Thank y'all. I'm going to NBC. Ain't what happened to all this shit? I'm not speaking false. I'm just speaking on the guy's character, on what he presented, his actions, man, his personal shit. This is himself. There's recordings of him saying this shit, right? I'm not making nothing up. So all this speaks character. You got to take it what it is. He creates conflict amongst his own group, man. Puts them against each other for content, right? And then sits back and rack up the views and get the revenue, and then throws a little crumbs down to who he feels is important enough and is loyal enough to him, which is June. And this is the beneficiary, right? And this is the beneficiary. That's why Dante had to switch over to the good side, right? Because Dante was on the dark side for a little bit. He was on the dark side, right? And there's the holy roller that he is. Told Dante, man, I can't stand with you, my brother. If you're rocking on the dark side, I can't, man. I'm on the holy roller. You know what I mean? I can't rock with you if you're gonna be on the dark side, brother. So that was another aspect of why Dante had to do the switch over, right? Because NS is one of his biggest beneficiaries. He's one of his biggest supporter, right? I know that firsthand, right? Because that dude NS tosses money out like he's at the strip joint when he wants, or when he feels you're his friend. Like Dante's his friend, right? I wouldn't pass that PS5 Dante got. That was from ONS, right? $500 ain't nothing to NS, right? You seen that guy drop multiple $100 on past lives. So a $500 PlayStation to NS ain't nothing. So you can see why Dante would have more of a reason to come to this side and leave the dark side, right? And start trying to expose and make amends, right? Come on, Dante. You got to get back on that. You got to get back on that path on how I met you. I met you when you were talking about Christ, helping out the youth. You need to get back on that. You need to get back onto the exposing, right? So, man, yeah, and this being the biggest financial and supporter, that kind of, nudged them over, made them contribute. Like, man, maybe, NS is gonna stop fucking with me, and I need NS, because NS be dropping the bags. He be helping out a brother. So I have to go with, but how can I do it? How can I do it without looking like a snake or a sleazeball? How can I do it? How can I bamboozle the people of the audience? Because that's what I'm doing. I was fucking rocking hard and telling everybody that Mark was innocent. Everybody was lying. Hips was a junked out dope fiend, just telling lies to get high. Noel's just paying Hips to tell him whatever he wants to get high. Right? Noel's paying Hips to get high just to tell on Mark. Y'all gotta remember all this shit, man. Y'all gotta go back and be like, hey, why all of a sudden you had to change your heart, man? Why Noel was doing all this from the beginning and y'all fucking crucified him. Everybody was attacking Noel, and the only thing Noel was doing, the same thing that you call yourself doing now, exposing. I mean, that's what you call it, right? That's what you're doing. You're exposing Mark Moore. By which you had about going on a year to do. You had like about a year to start doing that. but you chose not to. You chose not to. You built an army to go attack me, dox me, personally attack me, say stupid shit about me having porn with my daughters. I'm watching type of shit like that. You know, you said some some fucked up shit that was not true. You speaking on my character on false narratives. But see, I hit you with the facts. I come at you with raw and uncut your actions in your own words. So you can't get mad at me. I'm not making allegations or false narratives. I'm just speaking up for what I see. For what comes out of your mouth and your actions. I'm judging you based off of that. And my experiences that I've had with you. And I can only call it for what it is. Those to me are not man tendencies. Because what you do is like bitch hoe moves, man. That's the as simplest definition I can explain it, man. Because no real down stomp down dude will do the shit that you do. Nobody. And I don't know how none of your minions call you out on it, man. That's a different thing, man. Like in the gangs, once there's always somebody waiting, thinking that they can do that position better. There's always somebody waiting, man. I can do that job better. That dude don't know shit. You see it in the workforce, you see it in the gangs, you see it everywhere. Everybody has that animosity that they can do that job better. I can do it 10 times faster and better, right? But I'm surprised nobody has to be like, say, Dante, it's gonna make you look like a hoe, bro. You were riding deep. You were riding deep for this dude, and all of a sudden you're doing a 180, and now you're saying expose, expose, expose. I'm calling the cops. I'm calling the cops. I don't get that, man. But then again, you got this persona that you were telling other inmates to fill it up. Fill up the laundry bag. Fill it up. You had this persona. So I'm expecting that, man, is this guy really a heartless felon? I mean, or nah, he ain't no heartless felon, man. I don't know, man. I think you need to surround yourself, man. And the people that look up to you, they need to find another role model. You're not it. And you, as the leader, need to find other people to kind of, make you better, man. Because if you're the smartest man in the room, you're in the wrong room, my brother. You're in the wrong room. If you're the smartest one, get out of that room, bro. Because you're going to need other people. I don't want to be the smartest man, man. I don't. I want other people to be smarter than me that I can learn from them, right? If I'm the smartest motherfucker in the room, what the fuck do I need you for? What do I need you for? To be in my way? For me to guide you and walk you through what I need you to do? Fuck no. The fuck are you in my way? So your organization needs to be reevaluated from the floor up, man. Starting from the leadership to the people that are in your organization. Because yeah, I don't know what that's like the fucking not even the B team, that's like the fucking F team, man. I don't know how y'all think and the thing about it is y'all are all in fucking cahoots. They all like idiots. First, they were all in cahoots. Yeah, Mark's innocent. Fuck Noel. That's my brother. We stand united. The same clowns. Now, the same clowns are co-signing. Yeah, Dante, you're right. He is the sexual. He is the predator. You're right, Dante. The same fucking flunkies. So I can see the demise in it, right? It's like, fuck, hey, it's a cult. They can't see, they can't see this dude Dante doing anything wrong. They can't see that his moves would be considered bitch moves. Anybody that's been in fucking prison, just even if you've been on the streets, even if you've been in the simple workforce conflict, right? Because what he does on social media, everybody's gone through it. You know, there's always that one bitch, a whole ass dude, either in the workforce that's always instigating, feeling like he's superior and in a above everybody else. But he's been humbled, man. He's been humbled, and he still doesn't listen. Like he continues, and I don't understand, man. He should reevaluate his stance on things, man. Like, you know, it makes you look bad, man. And that tells me weak organization, because as somewhere amongst those minions, there should have been a stomp down dude and said, "Man, bro, you're gonna make us look like a hole, man. How are we gonna let that shit slide? How are we gonna backtrack, bro? That's anywhere. Streets, gang. Hey, bro, how you gonna let that shit slide? How you gonna backtrack? You're gonna make us look like some hoes, bro. And I'm riding with you. You can't do that, man. You can't backstep. That's you backstep in a prison organization, man. You know what happens? You get dethroned. You're out of there. Why? Because there's always somebody feeling that they can do that job better. I put in more work than that guy. I've been here longer. But they don't have nobody there, man. Everybody's just a fucking follower and a minion, and fuck it. Okay, Dante, this is the game plan. We're switching over to being the exposing. Fuck what everybody else is gonna make it see. People, oh, if they question it, we just block them. And that's sad, man. I get it. It's content. But at the same time, how how low are you gonna sell yourself, man? Your integrity, your your word. Because back then it used to mean something, man. When you used to tell somebody, look, bro, I'm gonna do it, or I got you. Don't worry. Bet. What happened to those days, man? That your word meant something, man. Now it's like I I can't take that word. I can't take that guy's word for anything, man. An apology. He might hate you one day and love you the next day. Look at this shit. He was loving Mark and now he hates Mark. I don't get it. It's just it's wild at times, man. But he needs help, man. Somebody to make him, somebody with some kind of street knowledge and be like, say, you're making it look bad, man. We backtracking now. We were defending, now we're exposing. First, Mark was our brother, now he's our enemy. What happened to brotherly love? Unity. Y'all were riding deep for Mark. Fuck Noel. Get that Mexican. Get him. And now y'all are going back to the documentary, dissecting it. Look at Mark's eyes. Look at Mark's eyes. You can tell. Look at him. Look at him. But where was that same energy 6 months ago when Mark ain't that, man? Mark a good man. I'd invite Mark over to the cookout with my auntie. What happened to all that bullshit? Ah, man. And I have no sympathy or empathy for Mark, man. Hey, he gets everything he fucking deserves. You know what I mean? He should have never popped up on the scene. And if he did, he should have kept his mouth shut. He should have never said nothing about that documentary. Should have left it alone, man. He brought it upon himself. He should have just left it alone and said, fuck it. It is what it is. I'm gonna do some content. What are we gonna talk about? No, he wanted to get that shock factor, right? That, hey, look, I'm over here taking ass. Look, I got a documentary where I said I'm taking ass. Come check it out. That's me right there. So what was he expecting people to come like Dante and say he's innocent? Because Dante created a whole fucking wave of making Mark look innocent. What happened to the merch? The two handfuls of grease them up. Like, what happened to all this movement? Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed other than a Photoshop picture. Because you got to take in consideration, where did they get this picture from? Where did they get this picture from? Did Mark give him the picture? Did Mark give him an old Polaroid? No, that picture's a Photoshop picture. Just, I get it. Run with it, right? Run with it, right? If that's what your content wants to be based off, lies and deceit, fuck it. Who am I to disagree? Do it. But I'm only going to judge you off your character. Because you're not going to put me through hell and put me through the ringer, and you come out smelling like roses. Why, you're the one that started it all, defending Mark to the T. And now you want to walk away and do a mic drop and be like, oh, I exposed Mark. Why, you never did nothing, man. All you got is a Photoshop picture and you're running with it. Just like the picture with him at that fucking club. Oh, y'all running with it, man. Do whatever you want. But I'm just going to call it out how it is, man. And when you don't agree with me, hey, I don't know what to say. I just got to tell it how it is. I'll be back, y'all. Thank you, man. Y'all have a good one.